Eric Anders and Marc-Andre Barriault in the middleweight division. 36 and 33 years old. Same height, a little bit of a reach advantage there for Eric Anders, but Marc-Andre Barriault, pretty similar record to Eric Anders here. I do believe Marc-Andre Barriault is going to lay more volume and pressure Eric Anders back to the cage in round number 1. Eric might counter with some good shots and hurt Marc-Andre Barriault in round number 1, but round number 2, and then in round number 3, I got Marc-Andre Barriault just pressuring and throwing that volume onto Eric Anders in those later rounds, and that is where Marc-Andre Barriault will get the finish and TKO Eric Anders at the end of round number 2 or towards the middle of round number 3. I got Eric Anders winning round number 1 again. I think he might actually hurt Marc-Andre Barriault on the feet. But round 2, round 3, baby, I got Marc-Andre Barriault coming back with a storm and KOing Eric Anders in those later rounds. Dan Ige and Nate Landwehr in the featherweight division. I know a lot of people are on Nate Landwehr here just because of the recency bias. He is taller, pretty similar reach to Dan Ige, and they're looking. Ludovic Klein, this up-and-comer, he went out there and submitted with an anaconda. He went out there and just dogged it out with David Onama for 3 rounds. Showed his toughness and showed some back to David Onama in that fight. Austin Lingo, he went out there, landed some big shots early, took him down and got that rear naked choke submission. I know there's a lot of stuff going on Nate Landwehr, a lot of hype on Nate Landwehr recently, but come on, guys, we know who Dan Ige is. Who is he losing to? The top tier guys, Chan Sung Jung, Josh Emmett, and Movsar Evloev just came off knockout wins over Gavin Tucker a few years back, and then a knockout win on Damon Jackson in his last fight. I do believe Nate Landwehr is going to have his moments, but I got this fight staying on the feet for 3 rounds and arguably a fight of the night as well. I did say Chris Curtis, Nasruddin Imavov could be that fight of the night, but this one is starting to look like that fight of the night. I got Dan Ige landing those harder shots on the Nate the Train chin in round number 1. I got round number 2 also going to Dan Ige, still countering, still landing some good shots. And then round number 3, we got comeback time from Nate Landwehr, coming back, landing some big shots onto Dan Ige in the 3rd and final round. Nearly getting the finish at the end of the round, possibly getting a draw on one of the judges' scorecards, but I got it 29-28, 28-28, and 29-28 for the winner by majority decision, Dan Ige. I got him winning the first 2 rounds, one of the judge giving a draw, or giving a 10-8 round to Nate Landwehr in the 3rd, the other 2 just saying 10-9, and the winner, Dan Ige, by majority decision. Mike Mallet and Adam Fugit in the welterweight division. Mike Mallet is a 2-1 dog. Same height, reach advantage is going Adam Fugit in this fight. Mike Mallet is the better jiu-jitsu guy, better wrestler, better grappler. If he wanted to, he very well could go out there and take this fight down on Adam Fugit, but he's also a very good striker. He's got solid power in his hands, knocking out guys like Mickey Gol, and hurting some guys on the regional scene like Solomon Renfro and Johan Linus, hurting them on the feet, taking them down, and then submitting them on the ground. And this one with Adam Fugit, I do give the grappling and wrestling and jiu-jitsu, all of that advantage goes to Mike Mallet, and then the striking is going to be very, very even. But I think Mike Mallet finds a way to get this fight to the mat, gets Adam Fugit's back in round 2 or round number 3, and I got a Mike Mallet submission in the later rounds. Charles do Bronx Oliveira, Beneil Dariush in the lightweight division, the co-main event. I'm going to go Beneil Dariush to win. They're both 5'10" tall, which is literally right around where I am, and I'm a flyweight, which is crazy. Charles Oliveira, 74-inch reach right there, is going to be, I would say, a slightly better striker early on than Beneil Dariush, given the power and the shots that Charles Oliveira is able to land early on in the fight. But the later on the fight goes, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, That's not where this fight's going to go since it is a 3-round co-main event, but I'm just saying those later rounds are where Beneil Dariush is going to have the advantage in terms of the striking. And even on the ground, this is a fight that I'm going to tell you right now, Beneil Dariush is not afraid of Charles Oliveira's grappling. Beneil will go to the ground with Charles Oliveira. He's not going to just stand and bang with Charles Oliveira. Even if he did, I still actually go Beneil to win, but he's willing and wanting to go to the ground with Charles Oliveira here. Not to go and try to look for a submission win on Oliveira, but just to control like he did with Tony Ferguson and stay on top, land punches, stay away from those submissions, but just control, land more volume, and win the fight on the judges' scorecard. So if the fight hits the mat, I am going to go Beneil Dariush to control and win the fight by a decision. But if it's on the feet, I'm also going to go Beneil Dariush. Reason being, I think Oliveira round 1 is the most dangerous Oliveira. I think he hurts Beneil Dariush on the feet, maybe even finishes Beneil Dariush on the feet. I for sure have Oliveira winning that first round. And then in round number 2, Oliveira is going to start to slow down a little bit, and Beneil's going to find his range, find his rhythm, and just start to pick apart Oliveira a little bit as the rounds go on. Shoot some takedowns every now and then just to get Oliveira thinking and worrying about those takedowns as well. And that is where I'm going to go Beneil Dariush to win this fight either way by a 29-28 decision. If it's a full-on grappling match, I think Beneil Dariush controls to that 29-28 decision while landing punches on top, elbows, hammer fists. And if it's on the feet, I also got Beneil. So either way, 29-28 decision win for Beneil Dariush. Amanda Nunes and Irene Aldana. In the bantamweight division, I am going to go the younger, yes, I did say younger, Amanda Nunes to go out there and get the finish in round number 3. They're similar height, similar reach. Irene Aldana is a solid striker indeed, but no match for the great Amanda Nunes. She is an okay grappler, but again, no match for the great Amanda Nunes. I'm going to be dead serious here. Amanda Nunes is better wherever this fight goes. If it's a wrestling match, Amanda Nunes wins. If it's a jiu-jitsu match, Amanda Nunes wins. If it's a striking match, I'm going Amanda Nunes. Obviously, there is that Matt Serra possibility that Irene Aldana is able to catch her with something. Hurt her on the feet, submit her like Juliana Pena did, maybe knock her out on the feet as well. But I highly doubt it. Amanda Nunes is just better and so far superior in all facets of mixed martial arts. I do believe the early rounds are going to be spent striking with Irene Aldana, Amanda Nunes in round number 1. Round number 2, I got Amanda Nunes shooting a takedown, controlling the fight on the ground, landing some good ground and pound, some good volume, getting close to a submission as well. Round number 3, Aldana is going to be a bit tired, and that is where Amanda Nunes is going to catch Irene Aldana with something on the feet and either finish her off with ground and pound or snatch her back and do what Juliana Pena did to her, a rear naked choke. Irene Aldana. So that is it. I get a rear naked in round number 3 for Amanda Nunes or a ground and pound TKO after Irene gets very much hurt in the middle of round number 3. So either way, Amanda Nunes by finish in the 3rd round.